Atmananda, Atmananda.
Hi there, my name is Jhon and I'm the founder and developer of Atmananda Yoga Sequence. Today we're going to talk about the importance of prana or prana, vital force, in relation to movement. You must understand that movement plays a very important role in our everyday life, but you need to understand how you move the body and how you control the thought, the breath, and the movement. They are all interconnected. So today we're going to go a little bit more on the advanced side of breath or prana, learning to do transitions from downward facing dog into a shoulder stand. It really doesn't make any sense for someone who is in a 200 hours certification, or for somebody who's a beginner, a student in the yoga sequence. But in Atmananda, we have these intensive variations that are very difficult, but they come with time. As you learn to practice on a regular basis, your body becomes really, really strong, and you'll be able to really move and control prana in a much easier way. So I'm going to show you how to do a transition from downward facing dog into headstand, and then onto shoulder stand, and then I'm going to show you how to do the transition from Asana variation 2 into Bakasana, and eventually into Mayurasana or pickup. Hopefully I'll be able to get there, but I want you just to understand the breathing, the importance of breathing in relation to movement, and the drishti, the attention of the eyes to a single location, how that plays a very important role about how you control the physical mana or the physical body, and how you control prana, the breath, which is literally the connection between the physical and the mental, the spiritual part of it. Okay? So here we are in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. The toes are in line, the hands are flat, the sit bones up, the legs are straight, the neck is relaxed. Eventually with time, the heels will press to the floor until the toes are off the floor. When you get really used to it, you're going to bring the fingertips next to the second line, behind the second line, with the hands flat. So you are basically now doing what is called a short downward facing dog. You need to have a lot of strength in your arms, and at the same time connection with the breath to be able to control the upper trunk. Inhale. You're going to bring the chin to the chest, Jalaga Bandha. Apply Mula Bandha, move the shoulders to the hips, and bring the chin to the chest so the back of the shoulders are on the floor with the exhalation. Inhale. Exhale. Here, you go into Halasana Clown, support the back, and then you go with your legs straight out. The feet flex flat on the ceiling, and then you can do very advanced variation, which is supporting the sacrum with the palm of the right hand by moving the hips to the left. Then you ground the left shoulder using what is called descending energy to press the left elbow, left shoulder toward the floor, and placing the sacrum on top of the right hand flat. Now, all the tension and all the weight of my body is going to go to my right elbow. So what I have to do in this pose now is to ground the left shoulder and move the toes away from my chest and my pelvis toward the floor, so the legs are almost horizontal here. So all the weight of my body is literally on my sacrum, and the sacrum on top of my hand and elbow. Breathe. Inhale up, go back again, align the body, and then the same thing on the left side. Look at my left hand is flat wide open, and I'm going to press my fingertips. But now all my awareness is on my right shoulder, right elbow. I'm pressing my right elbow, and I just go as much as I can. If I see that my right shoulder is going off the floor, I remain here. But if I see my shoulder stays on the floor, I can go deeper. And I breathe. Inhale up, and exhale back to center. Flexing the feet. I'm going to go back into my downward facing dog from my shoulder stand. Or I can go into a variation of the bridge. Take a look. I bring my hands with the fingers together facing out, and I bend my knees, and I bring my feet nicely and slow, flat on the floor. I ground my feet parallel to each other, and I go into a half bridge. Back the shoulders close to each other, keeping the feet parallel to each other.
If I feel comfortable, I can go into Dhanurasana, Urdhva Dhanurasana, or full wheel. Then I place my hand flat next to my ears, and I keep the elbow right over the wrist with the middle finger pointing to my toe. Don't let the elbows go out, keep the elbows in, and the hands flat on the ground. I place my hands flat, I ground my feet, and I want to make sure that my feet remain parallel so the toes don't go out. I keep the toes tucked in, feet flat on the floor. I'm going to use the strength of my legs, relax my gluteal muscles so can I lift the hips. Inhale, press the hands, place the top of the head on the floor between the fingertips. Now I'm going to accommodate my hands, so I'm going to make sure that my elbow is right over the wrist. The hands are flat, and I prepare myself. Inhale, exhale. Here, without moving my feet, notice how my shoulders are far back from my wrist on top. So when I move my shoulders over the wrist without moving my feet, legs straighter, and eventually the arms will be straight right over the shoulder. Don't look at the floor, you will contract the neck. Keep the neck alone and the legs straight. To release, go back down, keeping the shoulders closer to the fingers so you don't overextend the wrist to prevent yourself from developing carpal tunnel. Go back again with the hands underneath and bring the legs straight out. Toes touch. In shoulder stand, the heel of the feet are on top of the sit bones, and the hips are over the shoulders, and the palms of the hands are closer to the shoulder blades. Jaladharabandha. Feet over the head, Halasana plow. Here, you can bend the knees if you want until the knees touch the floor eventually, so your back will be round. Reach to the feet, and bring the knees to the floor. Halasana, flat. Toes touching over the head. Separate your feet about the sides of the shoulders. Bring the hands flat next to the ears. With the exhalation, you're going to prepare yourself. Inhale, move the hips about 2-3 inches to the back. With the exhalation, you take advantage of the momentum and you press the wrist, you press the fingertips, make your hips lighter, and with the exhalation, you bring yourself back into a short downward dog. Long exhalation. You go back again into a downward facing dog and you align yourself. The hands nice and flat. And relax the neck. So that is a little bit more of an advanced transition from downward facing dog into a more advanced pose so you can save time and energy. I hope this tip can help you to understand your practice and have a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Atmananda, Atmananda.